as a gourmand lover, there's been a lot of new releases recently that have been so enticing. Now, I bought some of them, and I'm going to tell you, did they live up to the hype? All right, let's start with the biggest one that I am so on the fence about and so underwhelmed with, yet everyone that was sent it is like, it's 10 out of 10, it's amazing, it's the best. It's a banana fragrance from Lattafa. This is Eclaire Banoffi. Now, Banoffi is based on a pie, I believe, like a dessert pie. There's like cream, caramel, banana. It's like banana and toffee is essentially where the word comes from. And this to me had so much good potential, but there's something about it that is just not right. So I have let this macerate or sit. I've sprayed it a few times for a couple of weeks now. So this is not freshly opened. Oh my God, it is odd. There is something really odd about this. So when you first spray it, you get this banana alcohol, like a banana liqueur vibe because it is alcohol, but yeah, we get it. When that settles down, it does have this sort of creamy, almost custardy, milky vibe. So a lot of people describe this new Eclaire as being like a banana milk. And I think in the opening, it is like that. Now the notes are banana and dulce de leche in the top notes. There's vanilla whipped cream in the middle notes and praline, biscuit and musk in the base notes. This turns pretty odd on me very quickly. And I just have to note that I think my body chemistry or my nose reacts quite strongly to coumarin, which is a note in the original. So a lot of people see the original as being this sort of like creamy vanilla caramel. I get this very odd artificial nuttiness, almost like a almond butter, which turns this a bit funky smelling. Not as bad as Bianco Latte, but it is a bit odd. Like it's not as fluffy and creamy and sweet on me. It does have this weird sort of jarring nuttiness. I believe this one does have coumarin in it as well, so maybe this is what is turning funny on me. But as it starts to dry down, I get this odd combination of artificial banana, this funky like musk that smells a little bit like dirty gym clothes. Like, you know, when you've gone and you've done a lot of exercise and it's sweaty clothes and then you leave it in your laundry basket, the next day it's sort of like this stale sweatiness. I get a little bit of that, like a little bit of funky body musk from it. But I also get this interesting mix of lactonic notes that smell a little bit like tuberose. So when you think of something like Her Confession, which is by Lattafa, or even Paris Corner's version, which is Lactea Divinia, which is a Blanche Bette dupe, that sort of tuberose creaminess I get in here as well. And I'm quite sensitive to that because it does actually give me a headache. So it's one of those things that as I smell it, it's just sort of building a headache. So this to me has a nice banana, milky, creamy opening, and then it starts to go really funky from then on, where it smells like this artificial banana, sweaty body, musky, tuberose creaminess. I don't know. It's odd and I don't like it. Now, I am willing to let this sit for a bit longer and see how it develops. I don't think it's going to macerate to a point where I'm like, yay, this is delicious. I do have an idea for a banana themed video in the future, so I will hold off and maybe in a couple of weeks do a little wrap up of fragrances that I have that have banana notes in it. But this is a no for me. There's something about it that I'm like, I actually don't want to smell like this, because I think if someone smells me smelling strongly like this, they're going to think it's BO, essentially. BO mixed with like sweetness. So is this a 10 out of 10 like all the people on their PR list say? Absolutely not. This is probably my most disappointing one that I've tried, and the one that I was most excited to try. And I was like, I'm going to love this based on the notes. There is no way I'm going to dislike this. So I am going to blind buy it, and that was a big mistake because it is not pleasant. The next fragrance that was really hyped on TikTok, and I've been letting this one macerate for about a month because I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. It is this one that looks like a weapon. Maybe it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like a pen, an ink quill. It does have a very impressive box. I've still got the box, and you open it like this and it sort of lifts out. So it's quite like the impressive statement, but this is by Falconé and it is Risala Forever. Now, the reason I blind bought this, which, by the way, I bought from June Fragrances. If people are interested, I'll have links to where I bought these from. The accords of this one, there's sweet, vanilla, coconut, woody, and lactonic. Now, the notes sound ridiculously gourmand. Buttercream, cinnamon, caramel, ginger. Mid notes, there's cookie, maple, syrup, butter. Base notes, coconut, vanilla, burnt sugar, sugar, and musk. And there's like, besides coconut, there is nothing really in there that I dislike at all. In fact, I love maple syrup scented things. So I was like, if this is even the slightest bit maple syrupy, I am going to be so excited. This is the oddest smelling thing. Is it maple syrup? Is it cookie? Is it all that kind of stuff? No, it's not. I almost get like a buttery berry vibe to it, almost like a mixed berry yogurt, which is strange. So it's definitely gourmand, but not gourmand and representative of the notes that I saw. Like I saw people say that this is like a caramel cookie, maple syrup type vibe. No. I do get some like butteriness in there, so that is in there. It's definitely just sugary and sweet, but when I was trying to pinpoint what this reminds me of, it just took me back to, there's an ice cream shop near my place that has this, I think it's like a boysenberry cheesecake ice cream, which sounds very nice and it is very nice, but there's a fruity sort of jamminess to it. There is a bit of a sourness because of the cheesecake. You know how cheesecake, it's delicious, but there's a bit of like a sourness to the cheesecake. And then there's like biscuity elements to it. That's what this smells like. Is it horrible? No. Is it what I expected? Absolutely not. Is it to the point where I'm going to get rid of it? No, but it does have that almost yogurty, cream cheesy sort of smell to it where it smells a little bit turned. And I don't know where the sort of berry, jammy, syrupy smell comes from, but it's not a maple syrup. It's a reduced berry syrup, if that makes sense. So this is definitely gourmand. It's definitely interesting, but not what I expected. I don't love it. I think if I smelt this in store, I wouldn't buy it, but it is something I can wear. I just feel like I need to layer this. And same with this, like, okay, I don't think I can wear this on its own. Absolutely not. Not at this state anyway. Not unless it completely changes. But with this one, I have layered it with like a strong caramel fragrance and it does smell a lot more balanced. So the notes that I wanted to be in there, that sort of dolce de leche, sort of caramelly, creamy scent, I need to amplify that with a different fragrance. So technically I can use these by layering them, but they're odd. They're odd and they don't live up to the hype. The only one that I didn't blind buy was actually Vanilla Voyage. So this has been around for a little while now. And it's by Maison Asrar. This one I do actually really like. I don't think it's my favorite vanilla, but it is definitely out of probably all of these, definitely out of the few that I've spoken about so far, it's the safest blind buy. So the top notes of this, there's caramel and butter. Then in the mid notes, honey, tonka, jasmine. In the base notes, vanilla, amber, musk. It is a pretty standard sweet vanilla. If you want a vanilla that's a really like true, scrumptious, smells edible vanilla, this is not really it. This to me still smells a bit artificial and it's got this sort of syrupy quality to it. So it almost smells like a sugary, vanilla-y syrup, but it's very easy to wear and very easy to layer. Again, it's not my favorite vanilla, but it is an easy reach vanilla. So this one is probably my most used or my favorite one out of all of them that I'm talking about today, because I'm not going to be like shocked and put off by this. It definitely is more of that sugar syrupy sort of vibe, and it does have a bit of warmth in the dry down, so that sort of ambery smell. But it's an easy wear. So this one I like. This one, I get the hype with this one. I don't think it's my favorite vanilla, but it is a very easy to wear one. Last gourmand that I'm talking about that is fairly new as well, it's by Paris Corner and it is called Eshal Vanilla. This one is a dupe for Kayali Vanilla 28. Now on me, Vanilla 28 goes very, very, like sawdusty, very woody, very dusty. And I realize that I get the vanilla in the opening, but it dissipates pretty quickly. And I think for me, I go a little bit nose blind to it. So that type of vanilla disappears. This apparently is a stronger vanilla version of it, and I really like it. So this is, if you want to go more of that, I don't want to say it's less sweet, so it's not that sugary, syrupy gourmand. It's more of a woody vanilla. This one is very nice. It's much cheaper than the Kayali version. And for me, the vanilla is a lot more prominent. Mine is fairly new. I know this is just going to get richer over time because vanillas do. They tend to intensify over time. So this one, if you were looking at Vanilla 28 and you wanted something that is a close dupe that has that same essence, possibly lasts a bit longer, possibly, to my nose anyway, is more vanilla-y, I actually do quite like this. I just want to come back and just say that I know that there's actually no wood notes in this. In the original, there is like I think it's an amber wood. And I think the mix with amber wood and amber, to me, makes it very woody. This one, there's no wood notes, but I still think that the vanilla and the notes in there and the fact that it's replicating Vanilla 28, there's an element that makes it sort of woody and earthy, and it's likely maybe the type of vanilla, I'm not too sure, but it is more of a sort of earthy vanilla rather than like a sickly sweet vanilla. So it is still sweet, but compared to the other ones I mentioned, it is definitely not as sweet. Also, I just want to mention that since filming this, I have broken the atomizer. It fell on the ground, it broke, and now even if I take the sprayer nozzle from another fragrance that fits, it doesn't work. So any tips on decanting, I would appreciate. Thank you. So if I was to rank these gourmands that I bought recently, I would say Vanilla Voyage is first, Eshal Vanilla is second, this Weapon, Risala Forever is third, last is Lattafa Eclaire Banoffi, because that smells like body odor. Is what it is. Let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances and what you think about them. There are so many gourmand Middle Eastern fragrances coming out at the moment. I am now very, very skeptical of blind buying them because I feel like I've been burnt more often than I've been rewarded. So I'm gonna, hold off and try them in store first, because these, they're I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Let me know if you've tried any good ones recently, and I would love to chat to you in the comments. Bye.